Yes, sir.
Now on my feet, live on my knees.
Come on.
My back's against the wall. We fight until we fall. For you, I risk it all. This is my revolution. March for truth till my feet start to bleed.
And then we.
Now on my feet, live on my knees.
What up? Mr. Von's channel. Sweatbox, we back. We live. We active here on the channel. And let's talk a little bit more politics, man. President Donald J. Trump is in search of a new chief of staff. General Kelly's out. Excuse me. Forgiveness, please. General Kelly's out. Nobody wants the job. Chris Christie didn't want it. Rick Santorum didn't want it. I don't remember the dude's name. Vice President, Chief of Staff, he didn't want it. Nobody wants to work for this dude. So who does he get? He gets Mick Mulvaney. Mick Mulvaney already has a job in the government. But he's going to be temporarily filling in until they get a permanent replacement. Now, Mick Mulvaney is on the record. There's video proof of him saying to people into a microphone, he thinks Trump is a horrible person. He said this, yet he still voted for him. It says a lot. It says so much about so many Trump supporters. So much about so many Trump supporters that he's a horrible person, yet they put that aside to vote for him. We're going to get back to that. But he still took the job. What the fuck? Which brings me to the bigger issue of what I really want to talk about for a minute. How so many people know, you guys know, Trump is a horrible person. He's a piece of shit. I cannot name any redeeming qualities to him as a person. I've said that many, many times. Yet so many people still voted for him. They're willing to put aside the fact that he's a horrible person. Why? Because any of the horrible policies and stuff that he passes is not going to affect them. Or at least they don't think it's going to affect them. Because a lot of them still. Most of the people that voted for him, policies that pass are absolutely going to affect them because they're poor. And we all know he don't give a shit about poor people. But people like Mick Mulvaney, he's not poor. Mick Mulvaney will be fine. In fact, he'll probably flourish under the Trump, because even though Trump's a horrible person, which he is, Mick Mulvaney admitted that, none of this horrible shit that Trump is going to do is going to affect Mick Mulvaney. Mick Mulvaney is still going to pad his pockets. That so many people can overlook that. Even the press, and I'm talking about the press on CNN and MSNBC, even they, as much as they get in an uproar, about everything that Trump is doing, and a lot of them didn't even vote for him. At the end of the day, they don't take it that seriously because it doesn't affect them. They're still collecting money. They're benefiting from those tax breaks. Because you best believe almost everybody that work over at CNN is part of the 1%. You don't think all them motherfuckers is rich as shit? Chris Cuomo, Anderson Cooper, we all know. Look, Anderson Cooper came from money. I'm not saying they're horrible people, but I'm saying there's only so much they're going to fight because they don't want the system to change that much because they're still profiting from it. Yeah, sure, they don't want to see kids put in cages. Yeah, sure, they don't want to see a Muslim ban. But, you know, I still got money that I got to make. All of them. Cuomo, come on. All of these people, man. So it just that's the key that you got to talk about when it comes to stuff like that. Why aren't more people upset? Because everybody knows he's a horrible person. There is absolutely, if you don't think Trump's a horrible person, then I got to question your moral characteristics, because he's a horrible person. It's just so many people don't care because they're still profiting from it, and it doesn't affect them. And I called out names, and I like CNN. I watch CNN, but you got to hold them accountable. Chris Cuomo, Anderson Cooper, Wolf Blitzer, Jake Tapper. Why you think you don't ever hear them talk about campaign finance reform? Because that means they lose money. Because where do all the campaign dollars go? To pay for ads on their channel. All this, come on, man. These guys don't want it. So that's that. We went off on a tangent. We're supposed to be talking about how Trump can't fill in the job. Yeah, it's because Mick Mulvaney. But it's as simple as that. These people ain't got no morals. Their moral compass is completely off. It's completely off. And Mick Mulvaney's just as bad as everybody else. He's on camera saying he thinks Trump is a horrible person, yet he's taking the job. How you fight that? So, I don't know, man. I just wanted to rant that a little bit and put that out there for y'all. He can't get nobody to take the job, but somebody took the job because it's going to benefit them in the long run, even though they know he's a horrible person. That's where we're at in this country right now. There you go. All right, you know how we do. Make sure you keep it locked. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notifications so you know what's coming up next. Until next time, man. You know how we do. We here. Peace.
March for truth till my feet start to bleed.
Yes, sir.
Down on my feet, live on my knees.
Come on.